Hey guys, welcome back to ATG About Time Games. We're outside. It's the same day as the Quick Bits Brain Age gameplay. Still Sunday, and I just wanted to do a quick video about Switch 2 and what I bought instead of a Switch 2. So like everybody else, when the Switch 2 was teased, I was pretty pumped. Just the idea of more games being able to be played on the Switch 2 that are on other platforms, Xbox and PlayStation, being able to possibly run maybe slightly less visually pleasing, but nonetheless still playable and playable well. And I was juiced up for the Direct with Switch 2, and then they left off any type of pricing about anything, system or the game, and the fact that you had to go and dig it up elsewhere kind of told me that they knew what was going to happen. So I lost some excitement there, I'll admit, on the price. I feel like the system is reasonable, and of course the Mario Kart being $80, man, that shocked me, I'll admit. And it just seemed like the more and more time that went on, just more things came out with the whole key carts. What a bummer, man. Some of those games not being able to be, even small ones, be on the cartridge. I mean, I guess it's just, I understand business is business, more money for the people making the games, that's not a bad thing, but just an option, I felt a lot like I did when the Xbox One E3, like I was juiced up for that one, man. The 360 I thought was pretty dang great. I mean, all I really had on there was Halo and Gears, a couple other games here and there, but I did a lot of Halo playing on there, and so the thought of a new Halo on a new system was pretty exciting. And then the deal with the Kinect needing to be required for always online, and the DRM, no game sharing. And of course, we all know Sony blasting Microsoft on game sharing with their steps to game sharing 1, 2, 3. And so really that, which they all went back on all those policies, but it was too late. And so now it seems like Nintendo is like, hey, that was just the wrong time, and now is the right time. It seems like they're pulling an Xbox One, and sometimes Nintendo has been ahead when it comes to certain, I don't know if I want to say technologies or just ways to play, like the Power Glove. Pretty much the Power Glove, man. I see that. I know there was other things that were doing this as well, but the Power Glove really was a Wiimote, on your hand. You put sensors, a sensor bar around the top and the side of your TV, and you put the power glove on and you pointed the power glove at the TV, and it was picked up by those sensors. And of course it failed, but later here comes the Wii and it's a hit. Now I don't know if the Virtual Boy VR, I don't know, it's kind of faded out. Sony doesn't talk about it. I don't think that Microsoft's really said anything about it, and Nintendo had their Labo, so I don't think the Virtual Boy is going to be coming back around, or that VR's really going to be a mainstay here. No one talks about VR anymore, honestly. And so when a new system comes out, usually I don't buy it right away. If there is something, a system or a game that I'm interested in picking up, I usually try to offset as much of the out-of-pocket cost that I can. So for the Switch 2, I sold a Halo Reach Legendary Edition that I had. Came with this statue, which was brand new, and the unused Legendary codes, which I don't think can be used anymore anyways, like the flaming helmet. And I also sold a unpatched Switch 1 that I bought for my daughter in, I think, 2020 maybe. It's because that's the first Switch that we ever got. It was in 2020, so we didn't even buy one when they first came out, and it was a few years before I bought that one from somebody off of Marketplace used. And it came with the box and everything. I usually try to get the boxes and pick one up that's been well taken care of. And so I sold that for $200, and then I sold the Halo Reach Legendary Edition also for $225. And so I was right at having the Switch 2 covered. I mean, I know I initially paid money for those things that I sold, so in the end I guess it's nothing out of pocket, something out of pocket, but nothing more out of pocket, I guess. I'd be trading for a Switch 2 basically. So I try to do that all the time. Well, after all the stuff just kept coming out, things about the Switch 2 after, I lost a lot of interest. A lot of the juice was gone, and so instead I bought a NES toploader in the box. I mean, check out the space design, man. I love these old Nintendo boxes. You know, Switch 2 one compared to this, get out of the way, dude. The box is in pretty good shape, and it is a matching serial number. So the serial number and the serial number on the system match up, which I know some people don't care, but you know, it's like car guys and does the engine match? Does the engine, it's a numbers matching block, all right? Well, this is a numbers matching block of plastic. And I'm guessing that $99.95 TRU, Toys R Us, maybe? I'm not sure what 8908 is, but that's cool. You know, it's always cool to see these tags on there. And so I've actually been waiting to pick one of these up. They've just, on eBay, there's not many of them. They're in the box. Some are in the box without the styrofoam. Some are in the box. The box is faded. Or the system is just yellowed pretty hard. And so I've been waiting a while. Or they're just priced pretty crazy. Some 400, 500, maybe even 6. And so I just wasn't willing, to pay that yet. And so I'd waited and waited and waited. And I saw this one come up for I want to say $327. And I still was a buy it now. And so I still wasn't, even though I would have had it paid for with the stuff that I sold on eBay, I still didn't really, it's still a little high to me. And so I just saved it. There was no, even if it's a lot of money and you're looking at something, just add it to your watch list, because sometimes the sellers will send you an offer, and that's what happened in this case. I was watching it for, I don't know, maybe a few weeks or something like that, and the seller sent me an offer for $277. So I went ahead and bought it. And so I got it for even less than the seller had it listed for. So, and this was the last system that I needed to put into my gaming corner cabinet that some of you guys have seen on my other videos. I do have a NES challenge set, but I just wanted a top loader to actually use kind of day to day, just for the reliability, not having to clean the pins all the time, replace the pins, try to deal with the flashing red light, getting it in there, shoving the card in there just right. And the top loader, just more easier to use, so I wanted to have one to use in my kind of day-to-day gaming when I do get to play. And so I bought the top loader instead, and maybe I'll eventually get a Switch, but it's not going to be brand new. I'm just going to wait, and if I do get one, I'll get one used again, maybe in a few years. And hopefully they kind of maybe go back on some of these things that they're doing. And like others, I do kind of think that Nintendo maybe kind of just thinks they can do no wrong. I don't know. But I do think that they're going to sell significantly less than the first Switch. So maybe it'll be a few years before I get to play a new Mario or a new Zelda or whatever, but I still haven't even played Tears of the King. I mean, I've got plenty of games to play that are still sealed, so it's not like I'm not, sometimes I don't even get to play period during the week, so it's just not having to buy into something that's brand new and I gotta have it. If you guys are pre-ordering the Switch or will be picking one up at midnight launch, that's cool. I'd like to be there at a midnight launch again. Last one I went to was a PS3 midnight launch, and I'll be waiting, that's all. So what do you guys think about that? Are you getting one, not getting one? What are your thoughts on the game prices? I know I thought I'd make a video after the controversial dust has settled, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be happening anytime soon. It seems like every week there's something else that comes out, and just Nintendo, some other Nintendo blunder. But look, I'm not slamming or ragging on Nintendo. I like Nintendo. I've been a Nintendo fan since, the NES, the first NES. That's what I had. And so I always liked Nintendo, but I'm just not going to blindly just buy just because it's Nintendo. And so that's my opinion. No judgment on anybody that wants to pick one up or is excited. Heck, it's nothing like that. Just personally, I'm gonna wait. And so that's what I bought instead of a Switch. And with that, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Let's get out there, get outside. It's a nice day. Then come back inside and play some games for a little bit. Okay? I hooked this thing up and I put in Punch Out, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Don't give me Mr. Dream, I want Tyson. And man, I just got worked over by Mr. Sandman. As a kid, me and my reflexes, I did beat Tyson before, okay? As a kid, yes, I know I can put in the code. I don't want to do that, though. But, man, my reaction time to getting used to the timing, and, they're just standing there, and you're just standing there, and you're like, come on, throw the punch so I can dodge it. Throw the punch so I can dodge it. And you're just going left and right, and they're not even throwing punches, and then you get knocked out. But anyways, that is my plight, and I will conquer Tyson again. Yes, it's going to take some work getting these old eyes, this old brain, slower hands to get acclimated, but get out there, guys. Play some games. Don't forget to remember.